Alright, we're ready?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh!
Woof.
It has begun! From the prime time, bitch! Father's Day. I got
Welcome to your murder.
Anyone in close proximity has the same dream.
What is it?
A secret that can no longer be kept. It started a month ago.
What started?
A change in the earth and the sky. His power.
There's a weird locking mechanism. Looks like it can only be opened from the inside.
A life form is growing out of prebiotic fluid. It's not winding down into disorder. It's self-organizing. It's becoming something. What?
Welcome back, everyone! It is, once again, late to the murder party. We are doing the countdown to the big 200 this year. Oh boy! And with me, of course, is my lovely vamp sister, Xeiren.
Hello.
The equally as lovely Graveturtle.
Hello.
We've also got my good buddy Passive Remote. And we got the chaotic Doc himself.
I was gonna try to think of a Hadrian Collider Prime, but with Satan, but I the words have lost me. I blame Satan.
Blame Satan, yes. Also, I did not plan for this sequence of being able to just going in a fucking circle. But that's how things work today.
We're about to go where quantum physics and confession collide.
We are covering 1987's John Carpenter classic, Prince of Darkness. Oh boy. Where do we begin with this one? I guess, okay, basic summary for those who don't know. Group of graduate students and scientists uncover an ancient canister in an abandoned church, but when they open the container, they inadvertently unleash a strange liquid and an evil force on all humanity. It's fucking Satan!
In a lava lamp.
In a lava
Satan
lamp.
is who.
And apparently Satan's father, which is not God, but it's the anti-God, is locked behind a fucking mirror.
Because that makes total sense.
You have to go through the looking glass.
Yep.
So Lewis
You
Carroll
got
was
to
Timothy
be
Leary,
King Bomb before you can meet the anti-god.
And Donald Pleasance is just kind of here.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
they never give him a name. He's just priest.
In the script, they gave him a name.
Fucking Loomis!
He's Father
Get
Loomis.
it?
He's Father Loomis. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I think the thing about, for me, this movie is sandwiched between, in my opinion, two much better John Carpenter movies, and two of my favorites, Big Trouble in Little China and They Live. And so it's kind of like, you look at one side, look at the other. You're not trying, are you?
I think this is his most conceptually interesting, but it's kind of a weak execution.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
You know, watching it, I was like, okay, this is a little different than his other films. Like the first half of the movie was really slow.
Yes.
And once people started getting killed and possessed and stuff, that film really took off and got better. But it was kind of the first half is kind of disappointing because you have all these really, really interesting ideas that are being brought up, and the concepts and the plot sounds interesting, but the execution wasn't quite there. A lot of the performances felt very muted.
Mm-hmm.
And there were so many characters introduced so fast, they were a little hard to keep track of. And a lot of them had, very similar serious personalities. And so there were a few characters that really stood out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, because you had
go ahead. I'm gonna add on to something later. Go ahead.
Because right off the bat, you have one or two characters. It's like, oh, okay, this might be. Oh, they're dead. Okay, moving on. That's just
Yeah. The big thing about it is that it's kind of stuck in this idea of how much you can combine the secular and the spiritual in order to explain our universe. Because one of the big scenes I remember from this movie, when I first remember watching it years ago before I rewatched it with them, the whole idea was that for every one being of light, there's a being of darkness, light, shadow, etc. So if matter is antimatter, what is God? If there's a God, there's matter and antimatter. If there's a God, well, wouldn't there be an anti-God? And you would think, wait, wouldn't that be Satan? It's like, no, and what they address is that in most texts is that Satan was not meant to be the opposite of God. He was a angel, fallen angel, etc., etc., etc. That's how we get the Morning Star. Or if you describe to Milton, he was a rebellion against a cruel God in heaven, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So this movie, I give it props for tackling ambition, but I also understand that it feels like this movie needed a little bit more of an edit and probably a little bit more of a budget than what he could have gotten from his usual suspects. Because at the end of the day, concept aside, this is a halfway decent John Carpenter movie, but kind of waylaid with these massive concepts that I don't even think John truly understood. He just thought it sounded cool.
Mm-hmm.
So
there is that concept of the anti-god.
So I can actually give some context to that.
Mm-hmm.
For once, I get to be the old man in the room.
Oh yeah, he is missing.
So at the time this was made, it was becoming very much a popular conversation topic for just laymen's to be finding out about the world of quantum physics. And basically, this is something John came up with after he read some basically pop science literature about the topic. And the general public didn't really have a good grasp on what quantum physics as a study really was yet.
Mm-hmm.
So he is just kind of taking an idea and rolling with it without fully understanding it. One. Two, this is definitely a bit of a pulpy story, and he knew that going in. Three, the reason why you feel the budget constraints, and this was actually what came as a surprise to me when I was doing research for this. They didn't want to give him bigger budgets at the time because apparently when The Thing came out, it was a commercial flop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that's
his
true.
first. That was his first big budget movie with Universal.
Yes, and so they were just like, we want you to make something more like Halloween in scope. And he was very lucky at the time to get Donald in between Halloween sequels at the time, because he had no longer had control over the Halloween franchise at this point.
Yeah,
87? Yeah, no, it's long gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, Assad or whatever his name had control at this point.
Yep. And so he's just like, well, the studio has me by the balls. I want to make this kind of weird science fiction horror that's more akin to like a sci-fi horror from like the 50s or early 60s. And I still got everybody's numbers from Big Trouble in Little China. I'm going to see how many of these people I can get back. I really liked working with them. So if I can't have the budget to do what I want or tackle the bigger concepts I want, then fuck it. I'm at least going to work with the people I want to, and work with a composer I like, and we're just going to make this weird sci-fi horror film. And weirdly enough, this movie had like a budget of around $4 million, and then it made $14 million, which means that Prince of Darkness made so much more money than The Thing ever did when it was doing its theater run. And this made everybody at the studio go, "Oh, good job, John. You can make money." What's this thing you want to make now? They Live? Oh, you already proved you could do a sci-fi horror that makes money. Go ahead.
Yeah.
And so basically, like, while I can see like a little bit of the like aspects of paint by numbers that Prince of Darkness has, the fact is that the practical effects are still good, even if the beginning is slow. He was now venturing into new topics being done in an old way, which, thankfully worked. And if Prince of Darkness had not made money, we would not have They Live.
True.
Yeah. So I appreciate it in that aspect. Would I watch this again? Yes, because there was definitely some corny aspects to it I really, really liked. But it's one of those things of, does it feel more like a B-side to like Carpenter's oeuvre? Yeah. But it's still good.
Yeah, it's mid-tier.
It's just not great in comparison to his cult classics.
Yeah,
I just gotta ask though, like, these characters are supposed to be fairly smart, or at least intelligent. Why do they make such stupid decisions then?
That
Ookami, I have to ask, have you ever heard of that the saying, that is a level of dumb that can only be
Made by
done
smart people.
d- done by someone with a college degree?
Yeah, moronic genius.
You
There's
know,
Yeah.
there's
so-
that,
so-
but
so
also I
AI
think,
data centers.
hey,
Oh my god.
But I think the whole thing was that it's not as much as an explanation or an excuse. It's just kind of something that kind of they put in your head when they watch it. There's those whole conversations between Donald Pleasance and Victor, and forgive me, I forgive the act. I want to say is Victor Wong, if I'm remembering the actor's name correctly. I'm trying to make sure I get it right because I don't want to accidentally call him either Shen Wang or fucking Chang from Tremors, because that's what I mostly know him as.
Victor Wong, you are correct.
Oh, thank God. Doc remembered her name this time. Mother of God. But
It happens.
They have those conversations about what exactly is going on in the basement of this church, and they mention one of the things Donald mentions as the priest. He mentions things like, well, there's that conversation, and then there's a conversation between the grad students. I might be mixing up conversations, but there's this idea of this goes far beyond what we know as common sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, in my head, the way these scientists are seemingly acting like idiots, like, I know it's for the fact that if they don't, we wouldn't have a movie. Let's be truly honest. But if I meet the movie where it is, it feels like the idea is that they're acting with our version of common sense, but we're not dealing with our version of common sense. We're dealing with we're not just dealing with modern like matter. We're dealing with the metaphysical. We're dealing with the very much the combination of just spiritual insanity plus quantum mechanics that we didn't have as much of a understanding as we do now. Like, we hadn't had the Hadron Collider. I don't think that was really being built yet. We were kind of in there. So. We were still very much in the basics of understanding quantum mechanics and quantum physics.
And I understand that, but I think in their common sense should be, if the Satan juice starts going on the ceiling, do not let it piss in your mouth.
Yeah.
And man,
too many people go in open mouth, ready to go.
I wonder how many people saw this and found out they had a kink for water sports.
Jesus. I do want to share.
Again, that's just an unfortunate. I feel like that's just an unfortunate thing of like horror tropes. It's that whole thing of like you're running away from a slasher film. Why the fuck are you staying on the ground after you tripped?
Yeah. I do want to say the two things I did very much enjoy about this film.
Mm-hmm.
One, and I wanted to see more of it. One was the messages being shared with them through dreams.
That was cool.
Yeah, I think it being the same message was a bit irritating, and we were only constantly getting the same thing over and over and over again because they weren't getting much further. But
I feel it would have been more effective if we had only small clips.
Mm-hmm.
And we had like different pieces.
Yes.
And it wasn't until the end where we get the whole thing.
Yep.
Shown in its entirety, and you're like, oh.
But then you notice it has changed slightly, except that the year hasn't changed. From what I keep gathering, I don't even think they postponed anything. That's the debate about things, is because this is part of what people call the unofficial Apocalypse Trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Which we've already covered one back in the early days of the podcast. We covered the Thing. Because the Thing is, they managed to stop the apocalypse. Because if the Thing got out to a warmer climate, everybody'd be fucked. In the case of Prince of Darkness, this is supposed to be, they postponed it, but it's still kind of inevitable. From what I could hear from the message each time, I don't think the year changed. So I don't think they actually did a damn thing.
Yeah, I don't think the year changed either. Each time it was, the distant future, the year 1999.
Yeah, they just changed the body that shows up.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, which speaking of that comes into the other part I adore about this. Oh yeah, and for those who are wondering about the third unofficial part, we'll get to that later this year. Because it's my
color was blue.
Spoilers.
You told me it was green. Liar.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies of all time, and we'll get to that. But
I like purple.
I do too.
I like trains.
But yeah, the other favorite part of mine of this, and to me makes it worth getting through the film, even if you're like, I'm just kind of lukewarm on this film, it's the final 2 minutes of the film. It's literally the final message, the change to it, and that ending. Oh my god, that sends chills up my spine every time. Because it's perfectly shot. It's timed perfectly, because he's like just staring at himself in the mirror. And because we've already seen, oh hey, like we said earlier, the anti-god is like behind the mirror. So like you're able to, once it's all activated and Satan's doing his fucking thing, he's able to basically make mirrors liquid and reach through between realities, between spaces. And so after freaking the fuck out because something was in his bed, he woke up, and then he woke up again, and it was like, oh no, we're fine. But he walks over to the mirror, stares at himself, and then just slowly reaches towards the glass. And right before his fingers can touch it, roll credits.
What the hell?
What in the fuck are you doing?
Oh god.
I'm trying to campaign for a remake of the Thing episode.
Oh god, why Paimon though?
Because it's the only VTuber I could find with a Frito Bandito hat.
God, if anyone doesn't actually know anything of Hoyoverse, this looks fucking confusing.
Also, wouldn't you find this little gremlin adorable just opening up a circuit panel and throwing scotch into a chess machine? Cheating bitch.
Before recording this, I didn't get to sleep till 4 in the fucking morning.
That's a fucking image for you for the sleep deprived. Jesus Christ.
That's it. I mean,
Oh my god.
We didn't keep you up.
No, you didn't. My muse did. But
Although that reminds me of a funny part of this movie. There's this one part where everybody's been working on getting readings and such for Satan's lava lamp and all that, and one's like, oh, this math isn't making sense, and the other lady goes, it's 3 a.m. And I was watching this movie late at night, and I'm like, don't judge me.
Yeah, no, you tried doing math at 3 in the fucking morning. Good God.
I will say, as much as I like the whole computer thing of trying to, I feel like they missed something that I think would have been more interesting, because they do talk about the canister and how intricate the lock is.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been interesting if you see a reading of there's like a drop of the liquid that has been going through this lock. Like, it's literally taken taken this little drop of liquid almost 2,000 years to fully get through the entire intricacy of the lock.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that would have then been like, it got out. Oh, shit's fucked now.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of it gets out, and oh, you done fucked up now.
Because this very much implied they did nothing. It literally was already on its way out.
Yeah. And part of it, I think, that would have helped with maybe a rewrite, because, man, and with Ookami and I watched it with Doc as well, like, I felt like the exposition, it's like, buddy, could you have told us that, like, you know, a little bit beforehand?
Yeah, no, there are things like they say to each other eventually, and it's like, bitch, you should have said that to each other like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's the whole thing of, like I said, that I feel like the script may have needed slightly more editing.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm gonna make people mad. I'm gonna make Ookami mad. In this movie, Jesus is an alien. Does this mean that this and Prometheus exist in the same universe?
I'll give Prince of Darkness this. It's a lot less stupid than Prometheus.
I don't care. I got the exact reaction out of Ookami I was looking for. Thank you.
So
no, I saw that and I'm thinking like, oh no, I hope we didn't. I was like, oh yeah, because that's the engineers don't like us because we killed Jesus, and it's like, oh, we're fucked.
So, I love the whole mirror metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because oftentimes, especially back in the day, people did discuss quantum physics in the term of like the world reflected back to us in a different way, like the life that exists between what we thought like was the building blocks of life. And so when you look at life through the lens of quantum physics, it's kind of like this distorted image looking back at you that you don't quite recognize. You're just like, okay, I can acknowledge that this exists, but this still doesn't feel right, because it kind of opens up this Pandora's box of how does the world actually function? Because still to this day, we don't fully understand what's going on with quantum physics. We just know certain things are happening, and we now have the technology to observe it, but what the fuck is going on? Like when they like, one of the big things in quantum physics is like they found out that what they thought was a stagnant process, especially when it comes to like atomic level behavior, would change on whether or not it was being observed.
I know. You know what that means? That means every subatomic particle is actually the booze from the Super Mario Brothers game.
I will fucking hit you.
But
oh my god!
Because whether they're observed.
I know, but
listen. Listen. We went far enough. When you were going that mirror thing, I was about to basically say, did they put the anti-god in the back rooms?
Maybe.
No. Although the thing is, now with you say that, but now with the Mario comparison, I just imagine them going into the mirror and hearing "ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, let's go."
Oh my god!
All of a sudden, we're backwards long jumping through the void.
So it's like there are definitely things in this movie that make me go, "Oh, okay." So like on certain conceptual levels, I get where it was going. It's just based on how we understand these things now, decades later. It's just kind of like it feels pretty rudimentary.
It's quaint. Yeah.
I feel like this is sorry.
And while this is definitely not the best acting that a lot of these guys have done, it's still really good to see them doing something different from what I'm used to. Like, keep in mind, my introduction to Victor Wong was the Three Ninjas franchise.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know what?
So I'm just like, oh man, like I get to see him like being like super serious. Okay, I'm here for this.
Oh, also, Alice Cooper's here for some reason. I assume that like he just kind of came in on set because they were looking for bums and he just happened to be masquerading as one.
No. John knew his manager, and Alice was looking to do some more acting roles.
Oh, way to kill my joke. Okay.
Sorry. No, I just happen. I'm like, I happen to know this one.
Okay.
Reminds me of
Like
the-
usually,
because I know he also did a song for it. Like.
Yeah, he wrote a theme song for it called "Prince of Darkness," which actually plays during the film.
Yeah.
They even used his the impaling machine from his concert shows in the film. And
was that the unicycle?
No, I don't think so.
That was funny. One dude, he's like the nerdy guy, is just like, there's homeless people shuffling menacingly towards him, and he's just like, and does nothing until basically Alice Cooper impales him, and I'm thinking, is his zombie now just going to be in a circus, just going? Now
I just want.
Although,
now with past putting that image in my head, now I just want to play Carnival again.
I will say, and going back to something Xeiren said, in a series, this is a movie that has some interesting concepts, but it's one that I feel, you know what? I think this is one that should be remade. I would like to see someone remake this. And because I do feel some of the issues are just the budget and the execution.
Yeah.
And it would be interesting to see, because now that we have stuff like the X-Files, and think about that. Think about it if you play the scientists, a lot of them like Dana Scully. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Why is there green piss on the ceiling? And it's like,
who peed up here?
And then some of them would, and that way you could have someone like, fuck this shit, I'm out of here, and then the possessed homeless people just trample them, and it's like,
I mean, speaking of them, just real quick, there's a scene that all three of us had the same goddamn reaction of, what was your plan?
Oh yeah, it was I
they
believe
drop
that
into
was
the
Mustache
alleyway.
Guy.
Yeah, our main character drops down into the alleyway as he sees like, oh, there's homeless people on my left, there's homeless people on my right, there's homeless people on my left, there's homeless people on my right.
Clowns to the left with me, Joker's to the right, and here I am stuck in the middle with you.
Yeah, he just like fucking, and he jumps down, and then they start coming for him, and it's like, oh shit, how do I get back up? And I'm just like, what was the plan here? The scene, that one legitimately felt like filler. That was one of the ones where I was like, that scene felt like filler.
Yeah, I find that
I did have one pun.
Okay.
Based on what Cass said. Like, if they did remake this and go with the whole, like, it's a bunch of Dana Scully's idea, definitely gives a whole new meaning to the I Want to Believe poster.
Ha!
Yeah?
Yeah?
I mean...
And now, thanks to Doc, I have a sudden craving for ears.
You know Mulder would be the one, like, up against the glass going, like, I want to understand you.
No, it's just him mugging. Hey, Anti-God, you in there? Like, you in there?
I think that, the other thing that I didn't care for as much, and I think it comes off in the execution, I get that the homeless people are supposed to be demonically possessed, but they come off a little bit too much like zombies. And at a point, I feel like there are points in this movie that really feel like we have Assault on Precinct 13 at home.
Yeah.
And it's like, John,
and it wouldn't be the last time.
You made that. No.
And it wouldn't be the last time. let's recall, or for people who don't want to recall, Ghosts of Mars.
If you do a podcast episode on that, I will vanish just like Varren.
I'm debating it, but like, it's rough going back to that film. I found myself like I liked it when I originally saw it, and then afterwards I was like, I get the fuck back here.
I just find it like if we want to talk about
Man the fuck up and get back here.
a movie that's equally as fascinating but way worse, yeah.
But yeah, no, like, the more I've watched it, the more I've been like, oh god, no, this is really bad, and like the worst of the 2000s way.
I mean, your villain in that movie is literally just alien Marilyn Manson, so...
And I admit that Assault on Precinct 13 is one of my favorite John Carpenter movies because it's so much of it is basically a zombie movie, but with a bit of like a, almost like a Western panache. Like the idea of the cop being the main character, he's the lone cop, and this whole thing, everything's coming down on him.
Yep.
It feels a bit Western and a bit zombies, and it just fucking works. But here, I'm just like,
and you know what?
I'm not feeling it.
We'll go through more of Carpenter's catalog. Don't you worry. That'll be coming up. I mean, we've got another one coming up, and then I'm sure we'll have more in our future. Hell, I think next year I'm going to call it now. We're going to cover Assault on Precinct 13. It's a damn good movie.
Yeah. And in my opinion, one of the best themes Carpenter ever did.
Oh, yeah.
I mean...
Plus, he finally made it okay to kill kids on screen.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
They told him no, and he said, fuck you, we're keeping it in.
Tell the MPAA no. Tell them no again. Tell them fuck you. And that was the actor said that was in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, as so far as Prince of Darkness is concerned, I would give it a solid 7. Like, it's not the worst, but there's enough good going on in it and enough fun, familiar and unfamiliar faces that once you get over, like, the hump, like, you're just in for a fun ride and you just go along with it. Mm-hmm. Also, fun thing. You guys were talking about, like, just letting the stuff fall in their mouths. I know too much about scientific history and what stupid things scientists have done throughout the centuries to know that a good portion of being a scientist is going, fuck it. Like, that's how aspartame got discovered. They were
so
just
basically we're dealing with a bunch of people who are about to win a Darwin Award, is what we're saying.
No, it's not even that. It's just the fact that there is, like, when it comes to scientists in general, it's like, yeah, you have labs and yeah, you have the scientific method and all this stuff, but there's a bit of a personality trait that I can only describe as YOLO for the science, because they will often do the most things. They will do things that just make you go, no. Like, common sense just tells you don't do that, but for them it's just like, but I have to know.
Sorry,
what
I'm
is
thinking
it?
of that old Canadian PSA now. Just don't you put it in.
Put it in your mouth. Don't you put it in your mouth. Don't you stuff it in your face. Yeah.
Apparently uranium tastes like cotton candy.
And apparently space tastes like raspberries.
What does?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
but
uranium.
No, what Doc said.
Oh, space.
And apparently space tastes like raspberries.
Yeah, did you never have that that Coca-Cola?
No, I never went to Space Ookami.
No, they had a Coca-Cola that came out that was literally
Coca-Cola
space
Galaxy.
Galaxy. It was so good. It went really, really good with vodka.
but yeah, like the whole reason aspartame exists is because the guy who was doing a bunch of chemical experiments, he's like, "What's this powder that got left behind after I did all this fuck shit?"
Oh no.
It got on my hands.
No.
Sniff, sniff. It smells sweet. It tastes sweet. Anybody in the modern day would just be like, "The fuck did you just do? You dipshit! Like, don't put the strange powder in your mouth." But
I feel like that's how crystal meth got accidentally invented.
Oh, I'm sure.
And
Well, there's
like,
that.
oh,
there's
so
also
many compounds have been discovered purely out of the human need to know what it tastes like.
Holy shit, this cocaine is amazing!
How we discovered the fifth taste, how we discovered what savory actually is, and we discovered MSG by a Japanese scientist just randomly boiling kombu one day and just finding, oh shit, this works.
The king of flavor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was boiling seaweed, and then saw like there was this powder stuck on the side of the pot because he let it boil too long. And he's like, "That's concentrated savory flavor. Umami." I was like, "That's what we'll call it."
Umami.
I jest a little bit. That's a bit of a joke, but the story is still the same. Like,
yes.
while we tend to like think of scientists as being these very knowledgeable, very very intelligent people, they are driven by a lot of the same basic instincts everybody else goes by, that they just tend to be like YOLO for the science a lot of the time, and that's how a lot of things get discovered.
They're currently still trying to bring...
Still hold my beer.
They're still currently trying to bring back dinosaurs. Motherfuckers, intelligence is relevant at this point.
We already have dinosaurs at home. If you live in Florida and Louisiana, you've seen them.
Yeah. They'll do to you exactly what the fucking dinos will do.
I was going to say science, figuring out what things taste like. From the invention of aspartame to the discovery of the glory hole. What does this taste like?
Although
apparently it's like, screw safety, I want superpowers.
Although apparently there's like some French scientists managed to actually recreate like what the skin of a dinosaur would be like. First thing they did, put it on a fucking tote bag and sell it for $500K. Sis, we're cooked, aren't we?
I mean,
I don't believe so at all.
Listen,
I really
if
don't.
they were able to clone velociraptors, people would ride them like horses.
In that instance, all we would need to do is enlarge chickens.
Anyways, I think we're at the end, so
Kentucky Fried Velociraptor.
Keep an eye on that patent. So yeah, I think
cloned herbs and spices.
I think we should wrap this up. Not our longest episode, but still not our shortest.
No, there have been far more things we have had very much less to say about it because it was that bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, anything left to say for a wrap before we wrap up? Grave?
I'll...
What?
Nope, I'm not
No.
Grave.
No, okay.
Well, you said Grave, so then.
Well, yeah.
I was gonna echo with what Xeiren said. I probably would give this a 5 or a 6 personally, but it's like I would really like to see it remade. One, because I feel the concepts are pretty solid, and two, that would mean that John Carpenter gets more money, so that he can go and just stream playing video games and smoking cigarettes.
Awesome.
You know, yeah, just give him because that's all he'll be like. I don't give a shit. Can I get a check? Oh, you're not gonna give me a check? I'll sue your ass, and you're gonna give me a fucking check, motherfucker. Look what happened to Luc Besson.
Grave, you got anything to add?
I mean, if we haven't convinced people whether or not they want to give this movie a try at this point, I'm not sure what else we could say. But yeah, it for like all this movie's faults, it's definitely worth watching, if only because the concepts are so interesting. And man, like the possessed people at the end of the movie, like that was some fantastic performances there. They did such good creepy faces.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So, yeah, I think that's it. I think it's a perfectly acceptable B movie. Not the best John Carpenter. God, not the worst. I don't think we'll ever cover the worst. Because I
I
refuse.
want to know what the worst one is.
Well, to me personally, it's vampires. Because it takes so many goddamn liberties, and it's a piece of shit. Yeah, I said it. I'm sorry, John. It's not good. Too much James Woods. Anyways, with all of that said, Xeiren, where can people find you?
Xeiren. That spells Xeiren. You can find me over on TikTok. You can find me over on Instagram. You can find me on Threads. And of course, the blue sky. And you can find me on Varren Kimball's Twitch channel, which I'm sure will be linked down below. I am there on Mondays and Fridays giving commentary on RPGs and whatever random ass game we decide to be playing on Fridays, because that's the random day. We are either, by the time this is posted, we're either on the tail end of Date Everything, or we are ass deep in our Summer of Evil month, which means we'll be going through Resident Evil 4.
I believe I got this coming out around, I think, maybe the second week of July.
You said
then probably just starting Resident Evil 4 then. We play Resident Evil games from the middle of summer until Halloween on Fridays.
Excellent. Grave, where is the turtle today?
I'm sending radio messages into the future. The distant future. The year 2000.
Man, everybody was asleep and missed so many messages.
You let Bill Clinton do what?
They send the messages into the past. You're like, they hit what tower again?
We're visiting New York. Hey, where'd they go? Pass.
You can find me on the desiccated husk of Elon Musk's ego, also known as twitter.com. You'll find me there under Pass the Remote CF. You'll also find me on Blue Sky at Pass the Remote. And if I'm posting something, don't always take it seriously, because I don't take those places that seriously. You'll also find me on Twitch at under twitch.tv/Pass the Remote, and Pass the Remote CF on YouTube. And on Twitch, I will be streaming with Ookami on Mondays and Tuesdays. I also have a Kick channel in case we do something that makes somebody mad and we have to kind of go on the run and start doing this like the band, like the federales are after us, like in the old pirate radio days.
Excellent. Doc.
Only social media I really use is Blue Sky. That's chaoticdoc.bsky.social. I also have a letterbox under Chaotic Doctor. If I'm not here doing other doing other episodes of stuff on Wolf's Den. You can find me. What was originally on the Patreon is now going public. For the Podbean is TNR Twisted Notes Radio, where I take you through an hour plus of music and show you what it's like from the flip side of the coin, the anti-God side, if you will.
Excellent. And yes, you can find me and the rest of the crew here under Wolfson Productions, whether you're on YouTube or Podbean. Wolfson Productions, from the goofy-ass anime to the shocking horror. Wolfson Productions, your number one stop for equally nerdy reviews of nerdy media. You can also find me personally over on Blue Sky. That is Mistress Ookami. That's correct. Mistress Ookami, that's my name. Don't wear it out. And yeah, unfortunately, we're trying to find new avenues for revenue because Patreon is doing some fucky things, and I don't agree to them. And people were okay with me not agreeing to them, so we no longer have it, and I have migrated Twisted Notes over to the Podbean channel. Twisted Notes Radio over to the Podbean channel, and anything else we'll see. Because at this point, I don't know if there's anything I wouldn't just go ahead and put up on YouTube, because it's like, fuck it. Is that their policy just seems to be, we just don't monetize you if it's like copyrighted, and they don't seem to care about the content anymore for the most part, especially since we're so small and we've got everything marked as children beware, this is for adults, get the fuck out. So yeah, that's about it. Next time, we will be moving into... How do I put this? We've dealt with Satan. Now we're gonna dive straight on into hell and try to escape. We have such sights to show you. Next time, on Late to the Murder Party. Good night, everybody.
You?
That was not...
Oh.
Woof.
Demons to some, angels to others, but those fuckers owe me back rent for living in my basement. God fucking